Archangel Michael says, this is not just coincidence, this is coordination cloaked in a casual smile. Something is being arranged behind your back, but it will appear like pure accident. You are being studied from a distance, and what happens next will feel like fate, but it's all rehearsed. They have already tracked your timing, the route you take, and even what you usually wear. The person you're about to bump into has gone over every line they plan to speak to you. They want you to believe it's natural, when it's entirely orchestrated. It will start with a look of surprise on their face as if they didn't expect you there. But deep down, they've been preparing for this moment. Down to the smallest detail. Their goal is not connection, it's control. Archangel Michael says, the trap is not obvious until you've already stepped into it. You may even feel warmth from their eyes, comfort in their tone, but that's what makes this dangerous. They're not showing you their real face, only the mask they want you to trust. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They will reference a shared memory or a casual question about your family. But that is only to lower your guard and plant seeds of comfort. Beneath it is the agenda of someone sent to test your spirit. This isn't a stranger randomly passing by, this is someone coached by someone else. Someone who's been trying to find a way to enter your circle without triggering your intention. And now, they believe this is the best chance to do it. You may feel a rush of confusion, why now, why here? But don't let your emotions blind you from what your soul already senses. This was set into motion weeks ago by people who pretend not to care. They are counting on you being caught off guard. They are betting on your kindness and compassion being stronger than your caution. But today, that changes. Type Amen to get blessing 112. The moment they accidentally drop something near you and smile, remember this message. It's not a harmless event, it's the spark of something designed to open a door. They need your energy, your attention, your reaction. You have risen in vibration. And people notice. But not all notice with good intentions, some are sent with hidden motives, and those motives are wrapped in innocence and friendliness. They think you are alone and open for interruption. But you are being watched from higher realms, and every lie they bring will be exposed in time. The next days will test whether you've learned from your past betrayals. Type Amen to get blessing 498. You may overhear your name being spoken at a place you didn't expect. That's not a coincidence, it's a signal. Someone is preparing the scene for a false moment of reconnection. You may feel pulled to forgive someone quickly, to let your guard down, but slow down. The urgency you feel in their voice is not divine. It's strategic. They're afraid you'll see through the script. This isn't about healing, it's about access, and the ones pulling the strings are waiting to see how you respond. If you let them close, they'll try to twist your piece into their game. Type Amen to get blessing 275. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, your ability to discern is your divine protection. There's power in silence when your soul starts recognizing patterns before your mind does. What you sense is more accurate than what they say. They will pretend they saw you by chance and even mention they were just thinking about you. That phrase is not genuine, it was rehearsed, maybe even written down before this moment. They want you to believe you're on their heart, but it's your light they're after. They don't want closure, they want a new beginning that benefits them. They don't want clarity, they want distraction. And that's why this moment is masked as spontaneous. There's a place you will walk into where energy shifts unexpectedly. Stay alert. Look beyond smiles and greetings. Type Amen to get blessing 1017. They've studied how to mirror your energy, to reflect your kindness back at you. But a mirror doesn't have depth, it only shows what you want to see. The moment you stop projecting trust, they become uncomfortable. Your peace intimidates those who cannot manipulate you anymore. They will try to fit into your new life like they never caused harm in the old one. They may even say they've changed, but it's not healing, it's calculation. Archangel Michael says, protect your frequency with silence and awareness. Your elevation has created openings for both angels and imposters. But you'll know who is who by what they stir in your soul. The setup is emotional first, then situational. Don't ignore your gut when the timing feels too strange. Even their words will echo something you heard in a dream. Type Amen to get blessing 942. They want to pull from your reservoir of energy, because theirs is running dry. You are glowing, and that glow becomes a magnet for both blessings and burdens. The one who smiles the hardest might be hiding the sharpest motive. Their message will sound innocent. A compliment, a coincidence, a curiosity. But layered beneath is the whisper of someone desperate to reroute your journey, and you must stand firmly in what you've already survived. Because this is a test disguised as a reunion. You don't owe anyone immediate closeness, energy must earn access. And your time is not for the ones who masked harm as healing. Type Amen to get blessing 229, they will act like they've missed you. Like they regret losing you. But regret is not the same as responsibility. And you've learned the difference now, you've risen too high to be pulled into the same chapters again. If you feel uncertain, it's okay to pause, not to react. This person is not here for your growth, they're here for your glow. There is a door you once left open out of love. But now that door must stay. Sealed with wisdom, anyone returning must meet the healed version of you, not the forgiving one who used to forget too much. Type Amen to get blessing 1155. Archangel Michael says, heaven has been observing the patterns repeating around you, and this bump is not the first attempt, only the most well-planned one. You must know that your presence is being used as a tool for other agendas. Someone gave them instructions about you, what to say, how to move, when to appear, but divine guidance has intercepted those blueprints. Your spirit was warned in the silence of your sleep. What you saw in the dream was not random, it was prophetic. You were shown a face you didn't recognize, but the energy was unmistakable. That energy will show up again soon, this time in physical form. You'll feel your chest tighten the moment they speak. Type Amen to get blessing 766. They will mention people you love, places you've been. That is not connection, it's intel. This moment is not about love. It's a performance designed to provoke old emotions. Do not underestimate how far some people will go to regain access. They will use memories, nostalgia, even fake apologies. But your future deserves truth, not actors. They're afraid you've moved on without them, and they're right, they're afraid you've healed, and that's the part they cannot manipulate. So this bump is their last-ditch effort to break your path. The smile may be warm, but you have seen warmth before, right before betrayal. Type Amen to get blessing 3003. Their words may try to rewrite the past as if it was all a misunderstanding, but don't let softness become blindness. Don't confuse loud effort with real change. They are following a script written in the shadows, but heaven holds the final page. And this story won't end the way they planned. You've been protected because of your purpose, and the closer you get to it, the more these setups will appear. Not to break you, but to prove your discernment. Archangel Michael says, you are under divine protection, even when the world sends its distractions wrapped in smiles and memories, your soul will remain anchored. Let this meeting pass without your spirit being touched. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. You are not here to be pulled back into the familiar pain just because it feels gentle at first. They will try to remind you of the old you. But that person is gone. This is a spiritual attempt to distort your focus. Stay rooted. And let their fake accident expose their true intent. They are looking for an opening. Don't give them one. You've worked too hard to close that cycle, don't let them restart it. Type Amen to get blessing 1222. They won't say everything at once. They'll test your reactions first, each word, each gesture, designed to see how open you are to letting them in. They'll say it's destiny, fate, the universe. But divine alignment doesn't require disguise. You'll feel the difference between what is sent and what is staged. This isn't a test of kindness. It's a test of clarity. You don't need to prove your growth by entertaining old patterns. You prove it by choosing peace over drama. And peace starts by walking away from setups disguised as serendipity. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. They know how to pause between words to make you feel heard. But it's not genuine listening, it's calculation to see how far they can go. This is not a conversation from the heart, it's a strategy in motion. They might even reference something extremely personal, something you once shared long ago. But it's not because they treasure it, it's because they know it still touches you. They've been briefed or reminded by someone who shouldn't have access to your soul anymore. You'll notice they avoid eye contact during certain moments. That's when the lies start to slip between the cracks. They are hoping you won't notice the contradiction in their tone. They come as peace but carry an assignment. You were chosen, not because you're weak, but because you're strong, and your strength intimidates the ones who want control over you. Type Amen to get blessing 1844. This isn't a physical setup alone, it's energetic warfare. They want to cause confusion that lingers long after the moment has passed. That's why their words will echo, replaying in your mind like an unfinished song. You'll begin to question your feelings, wondering if you were too cold or too harsh, but that's part of the trap, softening you through self-doubt. But Archangel Michael says, clarity is not cruelty. This moment is about protecting your future, not clinging to a past wrapped in manipulation. You're not rejecting someone, you're preserving yourself. They came hoping to use your compassion against you. But this time, your silence will be your boundary, and your detachment will be your strength. Type Amen to get blessing 377. They'll mention where you used to go, things you once laughed about. That's their way in, to reach the familiar part of you that still remembers. But you are not that version anymore. Even if their voice sounds the same, your spirit no longer resonates with it. The frequency has changed, and they can feel it, even if they deny it. This encounter is a mirror, but not of you. It's a reflection of their guilt, their unspoken motives, their desperation to be close to your light again. But light has learned to protect itself. They might ask for a favor or hint they're going through something. That is not a coincidence, it's the next step in the script. Type Amen to get blessing 808. Every word they say is aimed at reopening a portal to your past. But not for healing, for harvesting, and you must not give them the key. Let your silence say what your heart has already decided. You do not need to explain your wisdom to those who misused your softness. The universe is watching. The heavens are recording. And this test is a final one before your next breakthrough. If you pass, a door that was once blocked will open wide. But if you engage, you might slow what has already been promised to you. Archangel Michael says, pause before responding. Watch their body language. Their eyes will tell you everything. Type Amen to get blessing 966. They'll try to mask their intentions with humor. A joke here, a light comment there, but it's all designed to disarm you emotionally. Don't be distracted by charm. Charm is not character, and this person has learned how to dress darkness in light phrases. If you allow them too close, they'll try to create emotional fog. They want you to question your growth, second-guess your wisdom. That way, they can slip back in. They'll act like you're the one who changed too much. Like it's your responsibility to be open again, but growth doesn't apologize for boundaries. Type Amen to get blessing 5999. This isn't just about one person, it's a setup with layers. They are not operating alone. Someone from their circle wants to observe your reaction. You're not just being approached, you're being tested. Your response may be relayed back to someone who has been watching you silently. That's why your strength matters now more than ever. They want to see if the old version of you still exists, the one who said yes to everyone, even while crumbling inside, but that person has evolved. And your no has more power than they expected. Stay calm, stay centered. And let your energy speak without needing your voice. Type Amen to get blessing 1220. Their bump-in moment will feel perfectly timed. But spiritually, you'll feel unsettled, even if the smile feels sincere. That's the sign. Your body always knows when something is not right. A shift in your stomach. A tingling at the back of your neck, listen to it. Don't be surprised if they pretend not to recognize your success. That's a tactic to minimize your shine, but heaven has crowned you, and they can't take that glow away. If you feel drained after the conversation, it wasn't alignment. It was theft, energetic theft. And you've been warned before. Type Amen to get blessing 731. Archangel Michael says, you are now the gatekeeper of your peace. You've earned that position by bleeding for years in silence. You don't need permission to say no. Their motives may hide behind nostalgia, but remember, pain hides behind pretty memories too. Don't let a smile make you forget the tears. They don't want connection, they want closeness without accountability, and that, dear soul, is not love. It's manipulation in disguise. If you stay silent, you win. If you walk away, you evolve. And if you never look back, you heal. Type Amen to get blessing 4004. This person was once part of a cycle you prayed to break. And now, life has brought them to your path not to restore, but to remind. You're no longer at their mercy. They will try to catch you off balance, but the Spirit has already steadied you. Even the way you breathe now carries clarity. You no longer need to prove yourself to those who doubted your worth. They will act like they still know you. But the version they knew no longer exists. You are a new creation, one who survived the setups, outgrew the traps, and exposed the lies. Type Amen to get blessing 1401. They'll pretend they didn't expect to see you, but their eyes will give away the truth. You'll sense something rehearsed in the way they speak. And the words, "so good to see you," will feel like a performance, not a feeling. Stay in your truth, don't get pulled into small talk meant to soften your senses. The moment you feel off, step back spiritually. It's okay to smile and keep walking. You don't owe your presence to familiar pain. God didn't bring you this far to reintroduce you to sorrow. The old cycle is done, the new you is watching from the mountaintop now. Type Amen to get blessing 1800. The coincidental moment will be remembered by them more than you, because it was their plan, not yours, but it will be forgotten by you as a non-event, because you did not fall for it. That's divine victory. They might even text you later saying, "So nice bumping into you," don't reply. That silence is your closure. You've outgrown orchestrated entrances, now you walk with divine appointments only. And anything sent with trickery is blocked before it reaches your path. Heaven stands behind you, light surrounds you. And Archangel Michael says, "You saw the trap, but didn't step into it." That's what growth looks like. Type Amen to get blessing 3000. Their plan was to trigger an emotional reaction so they could slip back in unnoticed. But your calmness will disarm them, your silence will become louder than any words they rehearsed. They wanted the old you, the one who would have dropped everything to talk, to explain, to mend. But the healed version of you doesn't chase validation anymore. You found home within yourself. They will feel the distance between who you were and who you are now. They'll try to close it with forced stories and rushed laughter, but that distance isn't cold, it's wisdom wrapped in grace. Let them fumble through their lies. Let them trip over the web they spun. You're not tangled anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 1909. Even the air will shift when they stand beside you. It will feel unnatural, like time is being pulled in the wrong direction. That's not coincidence, it's confirmation. What you once tolerated now feels heavy, their energy feels foreign, even if their face is familiar. That's the signal, you've grown out of their frequency. They won't understand how much you've changed, they might even accuse you of acting different. And you are, because you are no longer the person they were sent to deceive. You are not obligated to smile for people who once silenced your soul. Your spirit owes no comfort to those who rehearsed betrayal. Type Amen to get blessing 2777. They might try to prolong the moment, suggest coffee. Suggest, catching up. Don't accept, decline with dignity. This isn't an invitation, it's a distraction wrapped in politeness. And you've come too far to entertain rehearsed kindness. Every step away from them will feel like a step closer to your purpose. They wanted to interrupt your flow, but your energy now has sacred boundaries. They can no longer enter by pretending to be lost in the crowd. This is not about rudeness, it's about clarity. Not everyone deserves your new season. Type Amen to get blessing 5559. The moment you walked away, they were stunned. Because the plan didn't work. The mask didn't fool you. The energy didn't match your vibration. They'll report back to whoever sent them that you are no longer accessible. And that will disturb them more than any argument would have. Your peace is your sword now. Archangel Michael says, this was the last test before the next level of your elevation. You passed without even knowing the full backstory, because your soul recognized what your eyes didn't. You were led to that place, to that time, to that encounter, so your spirit could show how far it has come. And now, the heavens are celebrating you. Type Amen to get blessing 8008, the shift will be permanent. After this, the setups won't work anymore. The actors will retreat, the stage will be dismantled. You've outgrown spiritual manipulation. You've identified the signs, the patterns, the tactics, and now, you're guarded by a new layer of divine awareness. They thought they could still read you. But your energy no longer broadcasts pain, it broadcasts power, and that power cannot be pretended with. Even the way you say, no, now carries thunder. Even your silence carries lightning. You are the storm they weren't prepared for. Type Amen to get blessing 505. They'll remember this moment for a long time, not because they saw you, but because they couldn't reach you. And that is divine justice in motion. What they failed to understand was your preparation, the battles you fought in secret. The tears you cried when no one watched. That's what made you untouchable now. They tried to press rewind on a chapter that's already sealed by heaven. But your story has moved forward. And their part is no longer written in it. Your no is not rejection. It's protection. Your silence is not passive, it's prophetic. Type Amen to get blessing 818. There's a celebration happening in the spiritual realm, because you just rejected what once broke you. You've become the version of yourself you were always meant to be. Archangel Michael says, well done, chosen one, the trap failed. The false reunion dissolved before it began. You have made the heavens proud, because while they came with disguise, you came with discernment. And your discernment was stronger than their disguise. From this moment forward, anyone who tries to accidentally access you will be blocked before they arrive. Divine security is tighter now. Type Amen to get blessing 1441. What they don't know is that angels already walked the path before you arrived. Every step was blessed. Every moment was covered. Every glance was seen. You were not alone for 1 second. Even as they approached, a wall of light surrounded your spirit. What they tried to penetrate was sealed shut by divine fire, and now, because you stayed centered, something new begins. Something pure. Something meant, someone true. A genuine encounter is forming beyond this setup. A divine meeting, one not masked, not rehearsed, not forced. Type Amen to get blessing 6663. They will fade, quietly. frustrated. But you? You will rise, radiating clarity. You are walking into a chapter where fake smiles can't survive. Where rehearsed intentions die on arrival. And only truth is allowed to remain near your soul. Your frequency is too high now for petty distractions. Your mission too sacred for spiritual traps. Your purpose too divine for emotional detours. Let them wonder how you knew. Let them sit with the silence you left behind. Your peace is your legacy now. Type Amen to get blessing 2229. They'll attempt no further contact. Not because they're over it, but because they know you're untouchable now. The message reached them, you are not the same. Let this be the last time you ever lower your frequency to decode someone else's plan. Let this moment be your final goodbye to staged situations and recycled chaos. From now on, the only bump-ins allowed in your life are heaven ordained. Nothing else. Nothing less. Archangel Michael says, the setup has crumbled. The light has triumphed. You passed the test. Type Amen to get blessing 33,300.